is the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. May we have a roll call, please?
Certainly. Sharon Callahan.
Here.
Lou Conyer.
Here.
Charlie Obermeyer.
Here.
Deborah Painter.
Here.
Barb Yeager.
Here. All persons are reminded that this session is being recorded on tape as required by law for the preservation of records and are asked when providing comment to give their name and address, and all persons in attendance are required to print their name and address and affiliation on the sign-in sheet which is at the table at the front door. For the beginning of the agenda tonight, may we have a minute's approval, please, for the last meeting, December 28th, 2022, a regular commission meeting.
Motion to approve.
May I have a second?
Seconded.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Zoning administrator update, please.
All righty. Just want to let you know we received a building permit application today for Phase 2 of the fire department project. What Phase 2 is, it's the demolition of the existing station and the construction of the new station. So what that means is that Phase 1 is just about wrapped up, which is the construction of the temporary station. They hope to begin moving equipment into the temporary station around March 16th. This is dependent on some BG&E getting the remainder of their work done, some other punch list items such as installing all the doors, the big doors on the outside. Once they start moving stuff in, it's going to take about 2 weeks to complete. And then when they get the old station empty, the demolition can begin. And they're hoping to begin demolition in early to mid-April. Now, this whole thing in 3 phases. You had the construction of the temporary, demolition, construction of the new station, and then the conversion from the temporary station to the social hall. You all already approved that back in 2021. This is just the actual building permit phase that we're in now. So, you all may have noticed that Duncan has installed a second lane to their drive-through.
Yes, I saw that.
So I think
was exciting.
That's going to help get some of the backed up traffic off of Main Street. That was one little part of their plans, which you approved last summer to do the interior and exterior renovations, and they hope to start that within a month. A few months ago, Tammy explained the delay in completing the new town welcome signs. And you guys may have noticed that they're starting to be worked on. The land issue's been resolved. The mason's been out. He's done his work with the bases and the stone pillar. And so now hopefully, weather permitting, could even be this week, but definitely next week, they'll come in, install the signs on the posts, and we'll be done. We'll have new welcome signs. And I don't know, have you guys even seen what they're going to look like?
No.
I was wondering because there's.
I'm excited about that.
So you guys can pass this down. That's what it's going to look like. It's. I think it's nice. It's almost. It reminds me of a state park.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll be at the north and south ends.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks
next
Very,
really
very
good.
nice.
I love it.
Very good.
And then finally, last week, Tammy and I met with some staff from Carroll County Economic Development, from Wickersham Construction, from CLSI, and some representatives from Hans in a follow-up meeting regarding their concept plan and their projected water usage. It all went well. Hans is ready to move forward. They're still waiting on approval of the exterior facade from the IDA, or the Industrial Authority. They hope to have that this month, and they also hope to have their public hearing concerning their concept plan here at our February meeting. So hopefully we can get them rolling and they're excited and they want to start really moving forward and get the construction going hopefully this year. So that's very aggressive, but it could happen.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. So that's it.
I must say that Dollar General is going up so fast. It's almost like magic.
It is.
It's fun to drive past it
Shocked
and
by the
see
whole thing.
how quickly they went from flat nothing to the framing to it got cover.
Yeah, well, it's basically it's not prefabbed, but it's a steel building basically. And actually, somebody from Pentex Ventures called me on a Wednesday 2 weeks ago, and was just inquiring as to the hours of construction they can do. and I answered his question. And, we were under the illusion that it wasn't going to start until the summer or late spring. And so I asked him, I said, so what's your time frame for this? And he says, well, the building will be there 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and they'll start putting it together. And they had half those steel beams up that evening. So
They've been working, I mean, through that wind. It
Yes.
was like
Yeah.
a really bad windy day, and
Yeah.
they were up there.
yeah, they're pushing to get it done and hopefully have that reopened. He said 2 to 3 months, so I'd figure 3 to 4 months. So hopefully May, maybe.
I was thinking Mother's Day would be good.
Hopefully have it reopened by then. So
Never make it Valentine's Day. Mother's Day, I think they'll make it.
right, right.
It's exciting to see that, though. It is. It's a good thing. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We need a review of the Hampstead information for the 2022 Carroll County Department of Planning Annual Report.
So what we have to do this every year. Every year Carroll County puts out an annual report of everything that's happened in the last calendar year around the county as far as planning and zoning has gone. And so in your packet, you have actually the annual report that we need to fill out the form. And then behind that is all the supporting documents with everything that we accomplished in the last year. So if you want to go over it, item by item, we can, or you can take it home, look it over, and we can next month review it. Then it's entirely up to you.
Have any of you had a chance to look at this yet?
Yeah, I had just a few questions, yeah. Just
Sure.
answer them now, but yeah, I'm all for going through it next month. Yeah, I just, at the very beginning there, when it says there were no amendments to the comprehensive plan, so all those changes that you've been making to the comprehensive plan, those aren't like formally submitted yet?
They are not. They are not.
That's what I figured it
Yeah,
was.
we're
Okay.
just waiting. We'll get the whole thing together, and then it'll all be submitted when it's totally complete.
Okay.
So the way that we compile this, or myself and Tammy, we go through all the agendas from planning and zoning, all the agendas, all the minutes, and also from planning and zoning and town council. And we see what items are on the agendas and in the minutes, and then we go through and fill the form out with everything that we have accomplished in the last year. At the same time, I've got the 2021 annual report open on another screen, so I know that, like, for example, you think about the fire department in Ridge. Were those site plans approved in 2022? And no, fire department was approved in December of 21, Ridge was in November of 21, so they were on last year's report.
Yeah, and just a question on, like, there's a section there on parks. So is it only the parks that are within
The town limits.
the town limits, but it doesn't matter if it's private or maintained by the town? So like, I didn't see Lions Club Park in there. I know they put some paving in.
It's only town parks that are
Okay.
maintained by the town.
The reason I ask is I saw that the other, the chapter 13 or whatever, did mention Lions Club Park. Even
In
though
the
it's not-
comp plan,
Yeah, right.
yes, right.
Okay.
Yeah. The comp plan basically talks about the entire area and anything that can affect the community,
Got it.
where this is actually just basically governmental
Yep.
stuff.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, then you agree we can review this and then bring it back next month?
Sure.
Okay,
If it's okay with everybody, we can do that. And at that point, what we'll just need to do is we'll need to just certify that everything in here is accurate and complete. And then we can pass it off to Mr. Gray, and he can take it back with him, and they'll get the Hampstead information in the annual report.
thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, next, introduction of draft for Chapter 7 of 2022 Hampstead Comprehensive Plan Update, Community Facilities.
So once again, this is just basically the introduction for Chapter 7. Same deal as we've done with all the other chapters. If you could please, over the next month, review it, come up with any questions or comments you may have about it. This deals with basically everything that the town does or needs to do to make Hampstead work and make it a good place for everyone. So the first part, of course, deals with everything that we've done, and then at the end of the chapter, things that we feel could be addressed and recommended actions we're looking to do moving forward to help out this with the community facilities in this chapter. And adequate facilities or community facilities is things such as schools, streets, water, sewage, police, fire department, things like that. All the services basically that the town provides.
But we certainly have made improvements.
Absolutely.
I can say that. Okay, any discussion? Questions?
But you're saying, just like the report, we're going to review this
Right.
Yep.
next month?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We next month we'll go ahead and go over this with any questions or comments. Any changes you'd like to see? Any additions?
I was saying earlier that it's such a pleasure to make that turn and come south on Main Street from 482 and come home at night from work and see Main Street now. It's absolutely amazing. We've done an amazing job. Okay, next on the agenda, Carroll County Department of Planning update.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Turn the microphone on. There we go, getting the hang of this. Just a couple updates from over at the Carroll County Department of Planning. Number one, the 2022 Fall Amendment to the 2019 Carroll County Water and Sewer Master Plan. That came through this commission a couple months ago. Just a couple points on that. The Board of County Commissioners will be held a public hearing on January 12th. Now tomorrow there'll be a discussion and a decision with that document forwarded to the Maryland Department of the Environment on February 3rd. For the triennial update to the 2019 Carroll County Water and Sewer Master Plan, in February, March, and April Planning and Zoning Commissions, the Planning Department will request consistency with the town's comprehensive plans. I'll get with you on that, you and Tammy, Jim, when that time comes. Then for the Transportation Master Plan, the Planning Commission has been reviewing draft chapters at their regularly scheduled meetings and will continue to do so over the next several months. During February and March, the review will focus on planned major streets, including those discussed with town staff last year. For the annual report, thank you all. That is, we're asking for that to be completed by March 17th. It seems like that'll be complete for the town of Hampstead next month. And that will be subsequently sent to the Maryland Department of Planning in July 1st, for July 1st deadline. Just a little bit of update on the 2022 Carroll County Hazard Mitigation Plan. Several months ago, I met with Jim, Tammy, Kevin Hahn, and Valerie, and about the hazard mitigation plan. And the county's Department of Public Safety received FEMA's plan review tool with required and recommended revisions to the hazard mitigation plan. Public Safety met with county agencies and municipalities to review the required revisions on January 9th and met with FEMA to review their comments on January 17th. The county will be working with municipal staff to revise and resubmit the draft hazard mitigation plan to FEMA. Updated requirements of the hazard mitigation plan will be going into effect in mid-April, so required modifications need to be made as soon as possible. And then also just wanted to discuss the economic development and land use study. One of the projects I'm working on, the economic and development land use study officially kicks off the first leg of Carroll County's 2025 general development plan, or master plan, or comprehensive plan, just like the discussion you all had before. This study is necessary for the county to receive an up-to-date evaluation of the county's current economic standing in the region, as well as the understanding of how the county is positioned to grow and prosper while competing with other jurisdictions in the regional market. The first public workshop is when this study will be held on February 16th, 2023 from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. at Exploration Commons, which is located at 50 East Main Street in Westminster. It's the Westminster Branch Library. On the west side is where Exploration Commons, the door is. It's in the basement, but we're going to be holding a public meeting there. The first public meeting, the county's consultant will be there, planning staff will be there, and it's a good chance if the public wants to learn a little bit more about that, because this is, like I mentioned, the first leg of the master plan, the general development plan for the county. So we're getting that started and hope to get a good turnout. I don't have any questions. If you do, Madam Chair, or anybody else, I'm here to answer them. Thank you.
Any questions? Anybody?
I sat in on that hazard mitigation meeting on January the 9th, and I know Valerie was surprised by the number of comments that are changes, recommended changes that they sent back. Do you have any idea how it went, the meeting with FEMA?
I do not, but I can look into that, Jim.
Okay, well, I know that she'll be reaching out soon, so
Okay.
I was just curious. And I heard correctly, you have a consultant for your master plan?
We do. Well, no, not for the master plan. It's for the economic development study. So that study and then a housing study will eventually go in to make up the background information for the general development plan.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, Jim, are you considering getting a consultant for our
No,
comprehensive plan?
We're past that at this point.
Isn't that what we are?
Just to confirm, that date for that public workshop, February
Yes.
16th, 5 o'clock?
Yes, February 16th, 5 o'clock at Exploration Commons, basement of the Westminster Branch Library.
Great, okay. That's a great place to have that meeting. Very good. Any other comments or questions, concerns?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you so much, as always.
Thank you.
And is there any other business? No discussion? Then we need a,
Public comment?
any public comment? Well, then
Want to say hi?
we need a motion. Then nice to see you, by the way. Thank you for coming. You are the public. We need a motion, please, to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
May I have a second?
Second.
No discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So approved. Thank you.